BFA Buckeye Firearms Carbine 1. Let's talk about that. Carbine 1 and Carbine 2 that weekend, August 3rd and 4th. They are two separate classes. Yeah. You can sign up for one, you can sign up for both. If you're going to come for day 2, you better be dialed in. You better know your stuff. Your rifle better be better be zeroed and ready to go. But great weekend of classes, Carbine 1 and 2. Saturday is very much, the Carbine 1 class is very much everything from I've not handled a AR or AK platform before, clear to I've used them before, but I want to get more comfortable with them. We really get down and dirty with breaking it down.
Yeah, a lot of basics. Just tear down, clean, put together. How it all operates. Optics, slings, iron sights. I mean, everything's involved in that day 1 class.
Yeah, various shooting positions. There's not a lot of. There's a little bit of movement, but so much is really focused on the fundamentals of running that gun.
Basic fundamentals of running the gun, and that's important. Getting everything zeroed properly, how to properly zero, is the key. And that's the only thing I got to say about if you don't sign up for day 1, and Jason mentioned if you only sign up for day 2, make sure you come squared away. All the years we've been teaching this, we've only had one person that came for day 2 that was squared away. Everybody else says they're squared away, and then we put them on the line for a quick zero check, and their optics aren't on. Okay, so if they're not on, come for day 1. There's a lot to learn, even if you've been running the gun for a long time. There's still a lot to learn. All right, so come for both days. Not saying you have to, but it just makes life a lot easier. Okay, because we're not going to wait around for you to figure out your stuff on day 2. Okay. So,
neither is the threat on the street. They're not going to wait around till you figure out what.
But yeah, it's a good class. It's been really good. We usually get a big attendance for that.
Yeah, that weekend will be one of our biggest of the entire year, which is great to see. Mm-hmm. We get a lot of returning students out of that. Carbine 2, which is on August 4th on that Sunday, we pick up right where we left off on day 1. You're already zeroed. We're not getting into the nuts and bolts. We're doing a little bit of movement. We're working at some different ranges. A lot of exercises to get you more familiar with it and ability just to run that gun on command.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Learn how to run the gun, reloading the gun, working the gun. What to do if it goes click instead of bang, all the basics.
Yeah.
The gear you're wearing. A lot of guys like to, it's up to you what gear you wear. We don't tell you what to wear. If you want to, be all like combat ready and stuff, you can wear all your full kit gear or whatever. If you just want to run, slick and just have a magazine in your back pocket, that's fine too. I mean, so it's different for everybody. But learning how to use it, whatever the case may be, whatever the gear you're wearing. So,
and that's one of the biggest things out of that weekend. That's probably one of the biggest classes that we see a lot of gear discussion, a lot of gear getting taken off by the end of day 1, and certainly partway through day 2. Well, I spent this much money on this piece of equipment and it sucks, and I like Bob's equipment over here, and hey, where did you get that from? Because I really like that. They got to test it out, see what it's like. A lot of gear discussion comes out of that weekend.
We see. But the big thing is that you'll learn in the class. We had one just in our partners class here a few weeks back that never had a problem with his holster, but never actually pushed it as hard as we did in our partners class, and had a lot of problems. And he goes, "Hey, man, I never had a problem with this before." Well, that's because he never pushed. And this is one thing you'll find out, especially in day 2 of the carbine, we start pushing. You'll find out what works and what doesn't work. We show up, and a lot of people show up like Jason was just talking about, with extra gear on their weapon. And like, holy crap, this shit just gets in the way. It's falling off. Do I really need it? And come to find out, they probably don't. All right, so it's you find out what really works, what doesn't, and it's a good class.
A lot of things that what do I actually need on this? Yeah, we really get into that. We talk about that gear and what's really needed.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, great weekend, August 3rd and 4th, Buckeye Carbine 1 and 2. Get signed up for those. There is still space available in both of those. Looking forward to it.